Most people think quitting alcohol just means waking up without hangovers. Less pain, less guilt, more sleep, and sure, that's part of it, but what's really happening inside your body when you stop drinking is far bigger than anyone realizes, because the moment you take your last drink, your body doesn't just start healing, it begins rebuilding itself. Every cell, every organ, every neural connection starts shifting back toward what it was designed to be before alcohol interfered. The changes are fast, measurable, and in some cases, nothing short of miraculous. But they don't happen all at once. They happen in layers. And if you stay with me, I'll walk you through what those layers look like, day by day, week by week. So you'll understand exactly why your energy, mood, and even your personality start to change once you quit drinking. Because once you see what's really going on under the surface, you'll never look at alcohol the same way again. Phase 1. The first 12 hours. The detox begins. The first few hours after your last drink are when the real detox begins. Within 60 minutes, alcohol is already in your bloodstream. Your liver gets to work immediately, breaking ethanol down into acetaldehyde, one of the most toxic compounds your body can produce. Acetaldehyde damages cells, inflames tissues, and mutates DNA. It's so dangerous that your body treats it like a chemical emergency every single time you drink. So in those first 12 hours after quitting, your liver finally gets a chance to stop firefighting. It begins flushing acetaldehyde out of your system, while your kidneys and lungs start helping with the cleanup. Your blood sugar begins to stabilize. Your body temperature normalizes. Your heart rate slows down. You might feel tired, or restless, or emotional, and that's just your nervous system trying to rebalance. Think of it like your body rebooting after years of corrupted code. And then something else starts happening. Something most people completely miss because they're too focused on the cravings. Phase 2. 72 hours. Your brain begins to heal. Within the first 3 days, your brain begins repairing its chemical balance. For years, alcohol boosted a neurotransmitter called GABA, your brain's brake pedal, the thing that makes you feel calm and relaxed. The problem is, the brain got lazy. It stopped producing as much GABA naturally, assuming alcohol would do the job. That's why when you quit, you feel anxious, shaky, on edge. Your brain's missing its artificial calm. But here's the miracle. It doesn't take long to fix. Within 72 hours, most people's GABA systems start firing again. Your brain begins producing calm naturally, the way it was designed to. At the same time, dopamine, your motivation and pleasure chemical, starts to come back online. It's been hijacked for years, forced into artificial spikes by every drink. That's why life felt flat when you weren't drinking. Now, it begins to balance. The dopamine receptors that alcohol dulled start to wake up again. Colors feel brighter. Food tastes better. You start to laugh for real, not because of alcohol, but because your brain chemistry finally allows it. And that's when the second wave of healing begins, deeper in your body. Phase 3. 1 week. The liver awakens. By the end of week 1, your liver enters regeneration mode. The human liver is one of the most resilient organs in the body. Even after years of heavy drinking, it can literally rebuild itself cell by cell. Within just 7 days of quitting, liver fat levels begin to drop. Inflammation decreases. Blood flow improves. And for the first time in years, your body starts storing nutrients instead of toxins. Your skin clears. Your eyes brighten. That puffiness in your face begins to fade because your lymphatic system, your body's drainage system, is finally unclogged. At the same time, your sleep cycles start to repair. Alcohol has been suppressing your REM sleep, the phase where your brain processes emotions and memories. So, you start dreaming again. You wake up rested, not foggy, and when your sleep returns, your body starts to do something incredible. It begins to remember how to heal itself. This is when people often say, "I feel like a different person." But the truth is, they're just feeling like themselves for the first time in years. Phase 4. 2 weeks. Energy returns. By week 2, your energy levels rise sharply. Your adrenal glands, the ones that regulate stress, begin to relax. Your cortisol levels drop. Your blood pressure stabilizes. And because your liver is no longer burning through energy trying to neutralize poison, your metabolism finally has room to breathe. This is when your body begins producing more mitochondria, the microscopic engines inside your cells that generate energy. You start moving faster, thinking clearer, reacting quicker. Even your gut microbiome begins to shift. Alcohol wipes out good bacteria, which is why drinkers often have bloating, IBS, and constant inflammation. 2 weeks in, your gut begins repopulating itself with the right microbes, the kind that produce serotonin and regulate your mood. So when you start feeling calmer and lighter around week 2, it's not just in your head, it's in your stomach. That's your second brain healing. But the biggest transformation, the one that really changes your life, happens around the 30-day mark. Phase 5. 1 month. The brain and body reconnect. At 1 month sober, your brain and body begin syncing again. Before quitting, they were operating in conflict. Your body trying to survive the damage alcohol caused, your brain demanding more of the same poison that caused it. Now, for the first time in years, they're working together. Your heart rate variability improves, meaning your body can handle stress better. Your immune system rebounds, your skin begins to glow, your eyes brighten, and your digestion finally feels effortless. But the most profound change isn't physical, it's psychological. Your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for decision-making and self-control, starts to grow stronger again. Literally stronger. MRI scans show that this region, which shrinks in heavy drinkers, begins to regenerate after a month of abstinence. That's why you start to feel grounded. You start trusting yourself again. You make better choices without having to overthink them. And when that happens, something beautiful unfolds, the emotional healing that's been waiting underneath all along. Phase 6. 6 weeks. Emotional detox. As your chemistry normalizes, emotions you've buried for years start surfacing. Old shame, old fear, old stress. This is the body's way of clearing trauma that alcohol has been numbing. It's not relapse, it's release. When you let those feelings move through instead of drinking to silence them, your nervous system resets on a deeper level. You stop living in reaction mode, you start living in creation mode. That's why, around 6 to 8 weeks in, most people notice their creativity coming back. Ideas, motivation, curiosity, all the things alcohol dulled begin to light up again. You're not becoming a new person. You're remembering the person you were always meant to be. And that's the secret nobody talks about. The science of quitting is also the science of becoming. Because the changes alcohol makes to your body aren't random. They're strategic. They're designed to keep you craving, tired, foggy, and dependent. But once you remove it, your body doesn't just heal, it upgrades. Phase 7. 2 months. Total regeneration. By day 60, your risk of cardiovascular disease begins to drop. Your HDL, the good cholesterol, rises. Your liver enzymes return to normal range. Inflammation markers drop dramatically. Your hormones rebalance. Testosterone and estrogen normalize. If you're a man, your confidence rises. If you're a woman, your mood and cycle start to stabilize again. Your skin glows, your hair thickens, your immune system becomes stronger than it's been in years, and perhaps most profound of all, your brain's gray matter density increases. That's not metaphorical. That's visible on brain scans. You literally become sharper, faster, and more emotionally stable than you were before you ever started drinking. The fog that once felt permanent begins to lift. And what's left isn't just clarity, it's peace. Phase 8, 90 days, full system reboot. By 90 days, your entire system has recalibrated. Your energy feels stable all day. Your sleep is deep and consistent. Your focus is razor sharp. Your brain chemistry now produces natural calm and reward on its own. No more artificial highs, no more crashes, no more restless craving. At this point, something powerful happens. You stop thinking about not drinking. Sobriety stops being your focus because it's simply who you are. You no longer crave the old life because you've evolved beyond it. And when you reach that stage, alcohol doesn't tempt you anymore, it bores you. You see it for what it is, a cheap trick, a chemical illusion, a tax on your potential. That's what real recovery feels like. Not struggle, not sacrifice, just peace. The next phase of freedom. So when people ask, what happens to your body when you quit alcohol? The real answer is everything. Your organs heal, your brain rewires, your chemistry rebalances, but more than that, your identity shifts. You stop living life as someone surviving alcohol and start living as someone finally free to build something better. And the most fascinating part? Once your brain has healed, there's one thing left that determines whether you stay free or slip back. One trigger that still lingers even after the cravings fade. It's not physical, it's psychological, a small, hidden mechanism inside your mind that can make you crave alcohol out of nowhere, even when you thought you were done for good. But once you understand how it works, you can shut it down in seconds, before it ever takes hold. So if you're ready to know what that trigger is, click the video on the screen now, because the next few minutes will show you exactly how to silence those cravings the moment they appear, and make peace with your mind once and for all.